Good morning, Adobe Live. I'm gonna crank this music down just a little bit, make sure you guys can hear me properly. But welcome in to Adobe Live again. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning here in sunny Sacramento, where I am streaming to you from. My name is Voodoo Val, and I'm going to be your host this morning for challenge number 1 of the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. I'm super excited about today. Yes, happy Inktober. Happy October to everyone. Even those of you who are in the future and this is old news to you in different time zones. I see so many familiar faces in the chat. Carla, Aria, Valentine, Sam, Hildy, Mario. It's good to see all of you folks. Hello, Chad. Hello, Nahid. But I am very excited to jump into today's challenge. It's going to be a pretty cool one that I think you all will appreciate and be able to participate in and learn from. But before I jump into that, I just want to call attention to the fact that this is going to be a whole design day. It does not end with my daily creative challenge this morning. We're going to have an awesome Photoshop and design segment coming up after me, followed by the XD Daily Creative Challenge for those of you who would like to get into some UI UX design, maybe learn a little bit more about XD. And then we're going to be tying up the day with an XD stream right after that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Yes, I love this month too, Aria. Very excited. So without further ado, let's jump into some information about how you folks can participate with me today, because I would love to see what you folks create after the stream. So I am going to pull up the behance.net/challenge/Photoshop page, which looks like this. So again, behance.net/challenge/Photoshop is where you will need to go in order to find the Photoshop DCC landing page. And every day we're actually going to be unlocking a new challenge for you. And as you can see, we've got our retouching challenge unlocked this morning. They unlock around 8 a.m. Pacific time. So it's been up for about an hour. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to be here with you guys every morning, going through the challenge, showing you folks how to get started, doing sort of an example for you before kind of cutting you loose and letting you guys design all on your own. And when you're done creating with me, after either watching the stream or just kind of winging it and doing your own thing and showing me your own interpretation of the challenge, you can actually join our Discord. If you scroll down to the bottom here, hit join us, it will pull up our Discord page and our Discord channel, which I will actually click into right here. Let me grab this and I'm going to pull this down. So this is what the Discord looks like. People are going to be posting their challenges in here today. In fact, they might already have. Looks like somebody, 99, created a nice PS DCC cover for their Behance project, which is awesome. Kind of like what I did yesterday. Very excited to see that. And we've got some people, that have come in and done some pretty cool things. Very excited. But let's jump into our challenge, shall we? This is going to be pretty cool. So, our challenge for the day is obviously retouching, as you guys saw. However, this is retouching for a very particular reason. So if you went to our landing page, actually, let me pull that up one more time. There is actually a starter file that you folks should be able to download if you hit get started here. And I've actually given you a selfie of myself. Recently, I found myself in need of a headshot for these challenges, actually. And I did not have one. I didn't have a headshot, guys. All I had was a picture that I took of myself in my bathroom, which honestly is a situation which a lot of us find ourselves in. This is the age of selfies and not everyone has professional headshots. So I actually use the power of Photoshop to edit a picture of myself in order to use for a more business-oriented setting. And I'm going to show you guys how I did it. So, you folks will get a file that looks like this. It just says challenge number 1. If you don't have an image of yourself or someone else to use for this challenge, feel free to use this selfie of Voodoo Val that I have given you. And what I did is I just took that raw image and I opened it in its own window so I can just focus on that and not the bordering information. So we are going to actually use the patch tool, which is a super awesome tool. It's very easy to use, and there's a lot of different ways in which you can use this, but we're going to go over 2 of the ways that you can patch up a great picture. So first up here, once we select the patch tool, or if you hover over this, it'll give you J is the shortcut command for that. We're going to come up here to the top and we're going to hit normal. We will get into content aware, but for now we're going to use the normal setting. And with your stylus or your mouse, I want you to select something in your selfie. Like for example, I've got this bar from the bathroom wall in my home. I'm going to select that real quick, part of it, and I'm actually going to then click in that selection and I'm going to drag it up. Or I should, yeah, there we go. So you basically drag, or you want to select parts, and then you want to drag it up to a kind of a clean area where there is nothing marring the surface of this. And the normal setting for this actually does a really good job of blending in parts of that selection. As you can see there, it doesn't just take this brighter part and just boom, there's just like a bright piece of wall in with the darker shadow here. It actually blends in this little area, which is really, really nice. You'll notice though, as you get into using this normal setting, that it's not always the most ideal thing, as it does get like a lot of blurring, but we're gonna get to that. First of all, however, the normal is good for parts like this Nike logo on my shirt. I can come in and I can totally just get rid of all of this. And how easy is that, right? Because I don't want, you know, if I'm going to use this as a headshot, or I'm going to use this as a profile picture on my LinkedIn or something professional, I don't really want other business logos kind of melded in with my piece, with my photo. So that is one setting that you can use, and it's super, super easy, but you have to remember you want to be selecting the part of your image that you want to change and dragging to the part of the image that you want to change to. So what you don't want to do, say, is select this clean portion here and then drag it over to the butterfly here, because you'll just put that butterfly in the place, which is not what you want. So I'm going to go Control Z and remove that. And I mean, you can come in and you can even remove this butterfly pretty easily. And it's pretty darn seamless the way that this works. It's actually really fantastic. However, you'll notice that there are some blurry artifacts and things around, because the normal setting is actually, like I said, it blends very well. And so even though that's really great, for example, here where I am kind of trying to retouch an area of this photo that's in shadow, and there aren't really many places similar to that color tone in the wall to sample from, it's pretty great to do it there, but you might want kind of a harder edge when it comes to certain things. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually come up here to the top, and we're gonna click this drop down menu, and we're gonna go to content aware, and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna clean up. As you can see, there's like some artifacts and stuff around the edges here, and I'm gonna clean that up with the content aware setting, which is a lot more harsh. As you can see, you see that, how it made that hard line right there. I can kind of zoom in and show you. It really gets in there, and helps sort of remove all of those artifacts, which is really awesome. And here for this one, I think I'm actually going to switch back to normal, because I want it to kind of blend in a little bit better. Boom, check that out. And you can touch it up so that it's nice and smooth, which is really great. Let's come in here maybe with a content aware around my hair a little bit here, and let's drag this over to right there, shall we? There we go. Look at that. And there is a little bit of a border around, depends on how nitpicky you are, and maybe how much of a perfectionist you are when it comes to retouching work. It really does depend on what exactly you want. I think I typically just kind of toggle between normal and content aware as I start editing things, and that starts to look really, really good. So I'm going to continue on with this real quick, and just touch that up perfectly how I would normally do it. And I'm even going to come around and touch up around the hair and remove these butterflies off of my wall here. That's looking pretty good. I might even select that little portion right there and get rid of that because I don't need that. And I found in my personal experience that using the content aware setting around the very, very edges of your piece is your best bet, because that normal, for example, if we, like, here's a perfect example right here. I tried to remove that butterfly from the edge and it kept that color right at the edge and this sort of faded it out. But with the content aware, if I select that right on the edge, it just gets rid of it totally. I urge you all to either use the selfie that I provided for you, or use a selfie of yourself, or hey, maybe find a stock image of somebody taking a selfie, or find an image maybe of your favorite celebrity or movie character and retouch the photo using this tool. Yeah, a patch tool, Cornelian. Definitely a perfectionist. I'd spend hours on just this little thing. Oh, totally, Aria. And imagine me totally nervous that I don't have a headshot, trying to figure out how exactly I am going to make myself something to use. So here's an interesting little situation here. So as you can see, I'm gonna undo that real quick. I am removing something very close to my hair here. But when I remove it, it removes all of the hair from that area, and you can obviously tell that I have retouched that. You can kind of use this tool in reverse, honestly. So now that I've retouched that out, what I can do too is I can recircle this and I can bring over some hair just to throw into that area so that it doesn't look like I've cut something totally out. You see how that works? It actually works really, really nicely if I just... let's do it again one more time. Select this area here, and then let's bring some hair down into this situation, just like that. So it's kind of a copy. Maybe you would want to kind of sample from another area. Let me zoom out here. Maybe we'll go like this. Or actually, let's select a smaller area and then put that in right there. Maybe I will do from this area because it's not so bad. I kind of actually liked the larger area, but it's up to you. Like I said, it depends on how much of a perfectionist you are when it comes to this sort of thing, what exactly you want to do. But there you have it, guys. And I think that this works pretty well. So I just, take a selfie, kind of retouched it a little bit, make it a little bit more professional. We can come in here and kind of see like the before and after. I did include the raw image and the final example in the starter file that I created for you guys, because I did do this once before so that you folks could see the beginning and the end as well when you opened it, so you kind of get an idea of what exactly we're going into doing today. But I hope that this helped. It certainly helped me when I was in a bit of a bind. But what we can also do, let's see, is I'm going to save this file and I'm going to jump into Behance real quick and show you how I upload and start sort of chipping away at creating a really nice case study for my DCC entries. So let's do that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say Control-Shift-S, or you can come down to the file or come up to the file menu here and then go save or save as. I'm going to say save as because while I have this already saved as a PSD, I also want to save it as a JPEG or a PNG so that I can upload it. I'm going to say save. Okay, and then I'm also going to hit Control-S to save my PSD. And then I am going to pull up my Behance right quick. Let's come over here. So we're on our landing page here. If you just look up in the top right-hand corner, you'll see your own little icon where you can click and open up your own profile. And on the PSDCC cover that I created yesterday, the little empty project I made, I am going to hover over my little gear. I'm going to hit Edit. And then I am going to jump in here. I'm going to call Challenge 1 Retouching. Retouching. And I'm actually going to center this because I like it better when everything is centered, and I might make it bold. And then right under here, I'm going to actually, you can do insert media, but I actually want to insert the before and the after image that I created. So I'm going to click on this little grid icon here so that I can upload multiple files. And I'm going to navigate to my folder here where all of my retouching stuff is, and I am going to grab my original selfie and my retouched image so that I can show them both. Because when you're doing a case study or when you're doing any sort of post on Behance, it's always a pretty good idea to show part of the process. I'm going to say, actually in here, I'm going to add some more text, and I'm going to say, today for challenge one, I retouched this selfie very quickly for use in a more professional capacity. Hopefully no typos, no such luck. There we go. And then I'm also going to say, hooray for the patch tool. Boom. And I'm going to say save. And then I am going to, let's see, did it save that for me? It should have saved it. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my profile, and I'm going to select my thing here, and boom, there we go. So I have my challenge named now instead of just blank like the rest of these, and I have my little tiny explanation for what exactly I have done here, which is always important when you're presenting something, like I said, not only to have your process, but also to, you know, give a little context. Make sure you add some text, even if it's just a line or two, like I have here, to show somebody who might not know about the Daily Creative Challenge what exactly you're doing. You definitely want to keep your audience informed, no matter how big or small it may be. Yes, absolutely, real quick. Yes, indeed. I think we did that in just like a handful of minutes. Typing super fast. Yes, I have to, guys. I'm always in chat hanging out with you folks and answering questions. I have to be quick with my typing fingers. But after you share to your Behance, you definitely also want to share to the Discord. So I am going to pull up our Discord real quick, and I'm going to make sure that I'm navigated to the current challenge channel here, which is very important. I know that some people in the past did not realize that that is the one that you have to be posting to in order for it to show up where everyone is going to be looking for the current day. And then right here, you'll see next to the little typing region, there is a small little plus button, little plus symbol there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that that little plus button, and I'm going to, it opens up my little Finder window here. I'm going to navigate to my page or to my project, and I'm going to grab my before and after, and I'm going to say open, and I'm going to add a comment. I'm going to say, here is my before, oops, capital E there, not good. My before and after images for today's challenge. Can't wait to see yours. And then I'm going to say upload, upload. So there's the first one. There's the second one. And I think, you know, my perfectionist mind is kind of seeing like a little darker smudge here in this corner and a few other places. So it's possible that I might go back and edit this, but I just wanted to make sure that I actually posted it into the Discord so that all of you have something just to show like how exactly I would do this, how I would share. And I hope that you all definitely submit the before and after images for yours, because sometimes when people post a retouched photo, if we don't know the context, if we don't know what exactly you started with, then sometimes it's hard to really appreciate the work and time and effort that you put into your challenge entry. So don't forget to post the before. We definitely want to see that. Trying higher qualities for your images. You know, it's always a good idea to work with a higher quality image, because when you're doing the retouching, sometimes that nice crisp line or that nice, you know, blending gradient with the normal setting for the patch tool can look a little odd if your image is fairly grainy. So definitely use the highest quality that you possibly can. And it looks like Snow just submitted the like a really nice challenge cover here for the Behance. Awesome. PSDCC October Challenge with Voodoo Val. Excellent. I love the gourds and pumpkins. Very on brand with the season here. Congratulations for doing an excellent job on that. And let's kind of look through some of these. Let's see. Dorina did a really nice one. I'm loving these clouds. Is this almost looks like an illustration maybe you've done in like fresco. Please tell us if you've illustrated this yourself. This is awesome. And then let's see. Please forgive me if I butcher this name, but it looks like it says Geo Matos. I'm sorry if I ruined that name. But this is also really nice, a nice little scene, very spooky. So well done on that. And we also got one from Tauhid, which is also like very cool, kind of looks like enamel pins almost with these letters. Very neat. I also like the sort of Pac-Man-esque C's in this font, which is really cool. No problem, Tanya. It's my pleasure. Teach me something new. I'm so happy. Well, I'm very happy that you are happy, Michaela. And we have another 8 challenges coming up after this, which I'm super excited about. Tomorrow is going to be just as fun, I think, and so is all of the challenges that we're going to be doing there after that. And we're going to be working towards, in these 2 weeks, not only just learning a new tool every day, but at the end of each week, trying to combine the knowledge that we learned during the week into kind of a larger project as well, because I know that sometimes when we do these challenges, you may use a tool that you've never used before and you get the hang of it, but then if you don't come back and use it again, then you kind of lose the muscle memory for that tool. You lose a little bit of that knowledge. So we will be returning to some of our previously delved into tools so that you guys can keep kind of exercising that design muscle and keep that knowledge intact for use later in your own personal projects. Hello, Pokehan, it's good to see you. Woke up in time and saved your stuff. Awesome. All right, let's look. I think we've got a few more of these. Selu, I hope I said that right. This is really cool. This is an interesting kind of like burst brush here. Very neat. I like the little effect that you've done with duplicating that text and bumping it to the right there to kind of give like a 3D effect. Very nice. And we've also got one from Valentine Pierce. Thought I'd do something purple for you, Voodoo Val, since it's one of my favorite colors too. I always appreciate purple, folks. You can never go wrong with purple. I might be super biased in that that decision and that opinion, but I don't think purple can ever be wrong. So very, very well done. And I think that's going to be it for me for today, guys. Again, if you want me to just recap before I take off, you want to use the patch tool for this by hitting J on your keyboard. That is the shortcut. And remember something very important. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that when you do your circling, your selection, you want to select the thing you want to change and drag to what you want to change it to. Otherwise, you will have issues where if you circle the proper space that you want to correct with and then try to drag that texture over, it will actually put what you drag to over in like the space in your image. So remember, select what you want to change and then drag it over into the space you want to correct it with. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. It has been a blast. Please keep in mind that there is a full day of design coming up after me. Don't run away. Don't go anywhere because there's going to be an awesome design segment happening right after this, followed by the XD Daily Creative Challenge. And that will be the first challenge for the 2 weeks as well. So you guys might want to get started with that. I know it's going to be fabulous. And then an XD stream following that challenge. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you all for joining me. I will be in the Discord today checking out your designs, and I can't wait to see what you guys make. So until next time, everyone.